Oh, welcome to the channel, ladies and gentlemen. Do you want to be lectured on your whiteness being bad? Do you want to be told through the medium of comic book series that you have white privilege? Well, look no further, because Batwoman Season 2, Episode 4 does just that. 2 weeks ago, I did a review of Batwoman. I was like, it's actually good for a change, because it was. It just focused on a villain, Zaz. It was good fun. I had a good time with it. They took a week off for the Super Bowl, and clearly, that week off, I don't know what happened, but they must have stoked some fires there. And they came back, and it was painful. Yeah, it was painful. It was real painful, in fact. It was terrible. Like I said, this episode was full-blown racial division, massively. It was just, you got white privilege. That's it. It was horrendous. Awful. Awful, awful, awful. So, let's break it down. No one cares about spoilers. At all. So we open up. Bitch Mams is driving through the high street. Or the road. I don't know whether you guys call it the high street. But anyway, she's driving down through the road. She's racing off after a guy who has been dealing snakebite, a powerful new drug in Gotham City made from Joker toxin and something else, I guess. I presume venom, actually, to be fair. But I also don't think so, because no one gets big. It'd be much better if it was, but it's not. So, hey, look, whatever. She's racing through down there in her Batmobile Corvette. It's restyled, it's looking epic, and incredibly slow, because she can't, well, a guy running in the middle of the road outruns her. It's not good, is it, really? That's not a good look. Anyway, she gets out. She knocks him... No, she doesn't knock him down immediately, actually. Hold on, sorry. I forgot something here, which only car guys will get, and you'll go, so dumb. Remember, she gets shot with that kryptonite bullet, right? And she hasn't bothered to see anyone about it. She hasn't bothered to talk to anyone about it, because that's apparently what Bitch Mams does these days. Just represses massive injuries. And anyway, it hurts her when she's driving, right? And she obviously goes all a bit loopy and sort of swerves and stuff like this. And then you've got Lucas Fox on the comms going, "Are you all right?" And she goes, bearing in mind she's in a sports car. Car guys, you'll get this. She goes, yeah, sorry. Steering got heavy for a second there. Fucking ridiculous. Anyway, knocks this guy out. Says, I'm coming for you. I'm coming for your boss. But then, like, some weird jewelry store, literally right where she is, goes off. And she's like, oh, I'll go deal with that then. So she goes deals with that. And a little kid comes out and goes, oh, hi, I set this off, because he wanted to get Batwoman's attention. And this is important. Little black kid shows her a picture of his brother and goes, please, do you care about him? Can you please find him? Because no one else is looking. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. In Gotham City, the police, the Gotham PD, and the Crows, because remember, they still have that weird security company that are effectively mercenaries and vigilantes in Gotham City. The Crows, I still have no idea about that. I still find it very, very confusing, very, very strange. But anyway, they don't care when black kids go missing. That's what this show is telling us. It literally says it word for word. No one's looking for him. No one cares. And she's like, and then, if you didn't think that was bad enough, she then obviously takes that image, goes back to Lucas Fox and Mary, and is like, oh, we need to find this guy, find this little boy, Kevin, because no one else is looking, and I was just like him once, and no one cares, and if it was a white girl, literally says if it was a white girl, they'd be out, and they would have found her by now. Him by now, or her by now, whatever. Can't believe it. Literally can't believe it. Now, they frame it, and I find this very confusing, right? They frame it as, because he and her were presumably in foster care. I believe anyway. We know that Ryan was, right? She was in foster care. Like a house, like a group house, which they have before they go into placements and things like that. That's what the foster care system is like. And sometimes when there's no placements or a kid is too unruly or whatever. Now I really do feel like this show, the way it presents itself, is going to do irreparable damage to kids that are in care. If anyone is in care that is watching this show and is somehow now watching my channel, which I don't think there would be, don't believe any of this rhetoric this show tells you, because it's abhorrent. It preys on the fundamental mindset of someone who is in the care system, who is very angry and is essentially lashing out at the world, right? When you're in the care system, you think that you don't have any family and you think that the world owes you something. It's a deep-seated anger. Obviously, there's other manifestations of the situation that you've been put in when you're in this care system. But that's probably the core fundamental one. And then obviously depression and suicide and general thuggery and crime. Because crime rate statistics for people that are in care are through the roof. Like, it's staggeringly high. And I can talk on this with some level of authority, actually. So it positions itself, this show positions itself as, if you're in the care system and you're in foster care, no one cares about you. You're invisible. No one cares. And they doubly don't care about you if you're black. But they would if you were white and you weren't in the care system. It's abhorrent. Like, it's disgraceful. Like, I'm watching it, I'm just like, Christ alive. This is awful. And it is awful. Like, it's terrible stuff. So anyway, they go on this hunt to find Kevin. And she starts having flashbacks, right? Bitch Mam starts having flashbacks. And she has flashbacks of her being picked up by a white woman offering her candy, right? Candy in comics. And so it literally says, well, no one's going to... Of course no one's going to hunt for her because she's a white woman. It's like, fuck me. Like, do you really want to sow any more, like, racial division here? Really? So you're framing it as black people, no one cares about them when they go missing. That's the show's message. Bad message. Right? And apparently only black vigilantes care. That's nonsense. And they get taken by white women, suburban women. She says she has blue eyes. She doesn't have blue eyes, which is terrible because you could have just cast someone with blue eyes and it would have lined up with the script that you wrote. So that just goes to show how bad this writing is, because it really is fucking terrible. Like, even that's just a great example of it, despite everything else I've just been saying. And anyway, so no one looks for this woman because she's white. So she doesn't. The words are literally, she doesn't have to hide in the shadows because she's white. I just, honestly, words fail me. And I think that they were one step away from saying Black Lives Matter in this episode, because it all culminates in the end of this episode where she finds Kevin. Kevin is about to shoot the Crow's leader, Mr. Kane. I can't even remember his name now anymore. And she says, I searched for you because I care, because you matter. And there's like a beat as if she's about to say, because Black Lives Matter. And I'm just like, you know that this was written in the height of all of that. Like, it actually was. And it was shot in the height of all of that as well. It's terrible. Like, it's garbage. Not only is it incredibly dangerous rhetoric for people that are in the care system to imply that no one cares about them. So what it does is it preys on that. So people in the care system who have no greater understanding or no sort of... They let their emotions, their emotions sort of run a little bit too riot here, and they have succumbed to it. That is their fundamental belief. They'll watch this program and it'll affirm to them that basis, that belief that they have. And that's a dangerous rhetoric to have, because it's not the case, especially in the UK. Like, again, I don't know what it's like in the States, but in the UK I can speak with a severe level of authority, is that if you are in the care system, people do genuinely care about you. But to hear this on a mainstream episodic superhero show, comic book show, it will affirm to people that what they believe, i.e. that in the care system no one cares about them, that's dangerous. That's bad. That's real bad. Fuck this show. Anyway, so that's back to being crap again, basically. There you go. Cheers. Let me know your thoughts. Peace.